Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Joffrey Noodle Legs here today with Lemon Lord, my son. We've got a little bit of an unboxing today. Got a new little baby for the collection. A little spiderling, a new species that I've not had before. So what we're going to do, we're going to unbox it and then set it up, and then we should be able to show you some of the spider. So as you can see, I've changed the layout of the room. So I'm going to be doing hopefully the more of my sort of spider work over this side of the room rather than over here, where I used to do it. So what we're going to do now then, I'm going to go over to the box and unbox it. So right, so here we are. I'm just going to unbox this little baby we've got today. In here is a spider I've not had before. It's a New World spider. It's called the irminia, which is the Venezuelan sun tiger. So it is an arboreal species, but it's a sling. I got it from Dave Fisher, from Dave's Little Beasties. So he told me it's about 2 centimeters long. So what we're going to do is unbox it, and we'll see how we get on, shall we? I've got these bits for the enclosure for it. As a sling, as you know, they don't really need as much as like a fully grown spider. So it's going to be a simple sort of setup, because all we want the spider to do is to grow. You know, we don't really want it to be doing anything else but growing. So as long as we provide it with a bit of substrate in case it wants to burrow, although these are arboreal, when they're slings, they do like, I've been told, to burrow. So we're going to give them that option. Oh, you packaged this well, Dave. I know nothing escapes in the beastie room, but oh, I can't even get it out here. Let's have a look, see if it splits in the middle. I think it does. There we go. So we just get that there. Lovely jubbly. Got some little beastie stickers. They can go into my sticker envelope. I will be getting a board at some point. I don't know about a sticker book, but I'll be getting a board. You know what I'm like. It takes me forever. So what we need to do is just get out some of these packing pumpkin. Be very careful, guys, when you are doing this sort of thing, because you never know, you know. So we just, here's the baby in there, well wrapped up in a bubble wrap, and thankfully it looks like Dave's put it in one of the nice sling pots, so we can move the box out of the way. Right, so the baby is in here. So if we untape this very carefully, guys, because yeah, just get the sellotape started and we can get it unwrapped, and then we can get the baby out into its new home. So I'd like to thank Dave from Dave's Little Beasties. If you've not checked his channel out, which you'll be mad if you haven't, it's a fantastic channel. Go and check his channel out. And there we go, see, the irminia. That's the Venezuelan sun tiger. So it's all in there, safe. So what we're going to do, guys, is put this somewhere safe for the moment, and we'll do the little setup. Right, so here we are. This is the container I've chosen for it. It's just a deli cup. I've made no extra air holes in this. It's got a few already on the top. I think I must have received a spider in it because it's got a few on the top, but I'm not going to make any extra, because have a quick look at Lemon there, sat down there. Look at him sitting there against the glass there. What's he like, eh? Yeah, Lemon's out today. So yeah, I'm not making it any extra air holes because I want to try and control the humidity. How I'm going to do that is by not spraying and not adding too much water. What I'm going to do is put water in a little water bowl, so that will act as a water bowl and give it a bit of humidity in there. So if I use that, because they don't need it too damp. They don't need it too damp. Yes, they like a little bit of moisture, but they'll get that in the water bowl. So that's the plan. If I find it sort of all steaming up and things like that with water, I will rehome the baby. I will take it out and I'll make a set of holes so they've got a bit of cross ventilation. But as a sling, me every day, every 2 or 3 days feeding it, me doing that, taking the lid off to put food in and to put water in, should be enough of an air change in there. But it has got a few sort of ventilations in there, not too big, just little bits. So that's what we're going to do. So let's put some substrate in there first. I'm using spiderling. Seems to be my favourite substrate at the moment. I need to go mad, do we? You know. Have a little look. Just give that a little press down. Got a little bit of cork bark for the little baby. I'm trying to think, I might put the smaller part down like that, so it can, just a little bit of cork bark in there. Now, just grab me tongs, guys. You know what I'm like, I'm so disorganised when it comes to stuff. I just think, oh yeah, tongs, very last minute. Which is what I'm sort of searching for now. I'm a right klutz. I pick stuff up, I put it down, I forget where I put it. I'm an absolute nightmare. No, so I can't find my tongs as always. I'm going to need to find them now in a minute, because if I'm going to be getting the baby out, I'll need to find it. It was just really just to plonk this in somewhere safe, but I can do it like that. Just a bit in there. So it's really simple. What I might do is just put a tiny little bit of leaf litter, just a little bit, crumble it really up small, like that, just so it's got like a little bit of texture on its there. And I might also find a little sort of plant thingy, if I've got one somewhere. Again, I'm going to have to go looking for that. Here we go. So I might put a little bit of a greenery in it for the baby. Again, it'd be another little sort of hiding spot for it. So maybe this one. Let's have a little look. If it looks too much, then I'll take it out. I think that looks quite nice. Yep, I think that would call for the setup. So what we're going to do now is going to give you a nice little look of the setup. As you can see, it's really simple. It's got a nice bit of substrate if it wants to burrow. Not too deep, see, but that's quite deep enough. It's got a nice bit of bark if it wants to hide behind it or web up. It is a sling, so it will probably more likely burrow. It's got a nice little bit of green to hide, and it's got a water bowl and a little bit of leaf litter just for a bit of sort of like texture. So what we need to do now, guys, is just catch the baby and put it in. Right, so here we are. So we're now just to the unboxing part of the spider and putting in its new little home. So as it's a sling, it could be quite lively. We don't know. So what I'm going to do is take the lid off this container here, guys. And I'm going to pop that in there. That's just in case if it decides to do a runner, it's more likely going to go down there. And I've got a little catch cup already. So hopefully, being in the noodle room, it won't do any runners. So we might need to zoom in a little bit for this bit, for the unboxing. just so we can see what's going on. That's it. So I've taken the sellotape off. Dave's taped it over. You know, he's very secure, and he always says best to do that. Gently take the lid off, guys. Now we're going to come down here closer to the, because I don't know how it's packed. It might be the whole tissue. I think I can see the spider in the bottom. What we're going to do, guys, is just try and lift that whole tissue out if I can, with the spider in there. Okay, it's only a little sling, so it's not going to pose any threat to me at the moment. We can see the baby. It's a nice little size. What we're going to try and do is get the tissue and see if we can encourage the baby to move very, very gently into its new home. I think it's in there. We'll have a little look. Let me just grab the camera off Lemon Lord so we can come right in and have a little look. There's the baby there. Lovely little size that, Dave. I think it's going to be quite nice in that little home there. I just need the water squidger, because I've done the one thing that I always forget to do, and that is put water into the baby's little home after the journey. They probably need a drop of water. There we go. See, like I'm saying to you, that's what I'm using for its water bowl, and it's also going to be for its humidity. There it is, the Venezuelan sun tiger. What a beautiful little baby. It's got quite rid of some of its little baby colorations already. So that's a good size, really. Beautiful spider, Dave. Thanks very much, mate. As I was telling you, these are a New World arboreal spider, but there's one thing that's different with these than most of the other New World spiders. This one does not contain any urticating hairs, but it does have a stronger venom than the other New Worlds. Still not as strong as the Old World spiders, but it's got a stronger venom. And the other thing it's got on its side is speed. They're supposed to be fast little monkeys, so they can be quite fast. They are arboreal, so they do like a more higher than rather ground. So when these become to an adult, this will be going into a glass enclosure of 20 by 20 by 30, and that will be big enough for the rest of its life. They grow to about 5 to 6 inches, so they're a good size spider. They're quite large. This one will be eating, at this size, I'll be giving it sort of medium-sized crickets. Every 2 to 3 days it will have something to eat. So that's the care for it. Make sure it's got water, make sure it's got something to climb, because it's arboreal. At this size, like I said, don't worry too much about the ventilation or the humidity. If I think the spider needs more, I will give it more, because I do have other enclosures, and I will just rehome it if I feel it needs to. So what we're going to do is just pop the lid on the container as the spider's having a little wander around. There we go. That's Lemon's hand there. So that's the spider in its new home. So we can take it out of that now. We don't need that. Let's see if we can see the little baby. It's having a little wander. It's a bit difficult at the moment because I'm holding it with one hand and the camera with the other. So we're going to See if we can see the little baby. There he is on the bark, I believe. So that's what he'll like doing. He'll like sitting there. So now that we've found it, we can pop this down and we'll go down with the camera and keep focused on that little spider. Right, just going to get down on my knees, guys, because that's going to be easier. Cheers. Alright, so while the spider's having a little look around, I'll do my usual thing. That's thank a few people at the end of my video, as I always do. Of course, I'd like to thank Dave Fisher of Dave's Little Beasties. Thanks very much, mate, for the spider. Beautiful little thing. It's going to have a great home here, mate, and I will look after it. I'd like to thank a few other YouTubers: Mark the Spider Guy, Spider-Man 1978, RS Designs, Unseen Universe, Unusual Pets, Robbie's Talking Teas, Annie's Arachnids, Incredible Inverts and Other Animals, Tea in the Deep Blue Sea. Me think of all these channels. Reptile Innovations, all great channels, guys. Dave's Little Beasties, of course, Tom's Big Spiders, and of course Richard's Tarantula Collective. Look at those little socks. He's already got a name. His name is Sugar Bertie. Yeah, his name's going to be Sugar Bertie. That's the spider's name. So it's going to have a lovely little home here. I'm going to let it settle in for a day or so, and then I'm going to drop a cricket in and see if it's hungry. But yeah, it's a nice little setup for the baby. Yeah, so check all those channels out, guys, if you can. And of course, don't forget to check out Dave's Little Beasties. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. I'm going to end it a bit different today, as it's from Dave, Little Beasties. I'm trying to think what he normally says at the end of his video, but I can't remember for the life of me. Be calm, be gentle, and love your spider.